Hello, this is Neil. So today we're gonna keep talking about the Hong Kong protest. And one of the biggest questions that I wanna talk about is that who are the people who actually support this protest behind the scene? In other words, like who are those people who are essentially pulling the strings? And because I just met with a friend from Hong Kong lately, and she told me that actually there are a lot of protesters. They're paid by somebody to essentially do some weird stuff like throwing stones to the police or sabotage like sabotage some public facilities. And so this is weird. I feel like this is just getting weirder and weirder because like I have a I have a question. Like there's something that's missing from this story. Basically, who's gonna actually benefit from this chaotic situation in Hong Kong? Is Beijing gonna benefit from it? Is Hong Kong government gonna benefit from it? Or is the general public in Hong Kong gonna benefit from it? I don't think so. Because none of those people are actually gonna be the beneficiaries of this kind of unstable situation, because essentially you're gonna have less and less investments going towards Hong Kong if you don't have a stable economy and stable political situation at this point. So I would say probably some people argue that probably CIA is behind the scene, and it is essentially supporting this protest is secretly, because it's to their benefit to create some issues with Beijing, right? But I would say, who are the people? I would ask who are the people that don't really want Hong Kong become, or Hong Kong to get fully integrated into part of China? I would say those people are actually the Chinese mainlanders who immigrated to Hong Kong a couple of years ago. They're either the Chinese tycoon, the billionaires, or they're corrupted government officials. They treat Hong Kong as a safe haven, tax-wise and safety-wise. And those are the people who don't really want to see Hong Kong becoming, actually becoming part of China. So I would say those are the people who actually support this protest behind the scene. Think about it. It actually makes sense. And the reason why, I mean, the politics aside, I would say there's a really deep-rooted economic reason behind the fact that normal Hong Kongers are not satisfied and not happy with the situation in Hong Kong. But I would say it's just it's really natural. It's like a natural outcome of China getting more and more economy-wise getting more and more open and integrated into the world market. Because before 1997, before Hong Kong was returned back to China, Hong Kong was kind of like a middleman. If a foreign company was to do business with China, they will have to go through Hong Kong. But at this point, you have this huge metropolis right next to Hong Kong. It's called Shenzhen, and it's a big city, and Huawei is actually based in Shenzhen. So I would say it's kind of like an unstoppable trend for Hong Kong to decline economically. And of course, the middle class, the lower middle class Hong Kongers are not happy with the situation. But the reason why Hong Kong was important, it was because China's economy was closed before 1990s or before 1970s. And so with the development of Chinese economy, and Hong Kong will see its importance getting less and less important, which is a sad reality, like I said last time. But I don't see there's any solutions to that. And I would say probably, and also Chinese government is really good at like manipulating the foreign companies or foreign economies with its like control over this huge market. For example, like we know that the current president of Taiwan, Tsai, like she's not a big fan of Beijing, and because of that, I think starting from July or August, Chinese government actually banned Chinese citizens from traveling to Taiwan, and which is essentially a huge, like, which is like, which is like created a huge impact on Taiwanese economy because like they enjoy the benefit of like having a lot of Chinese mainlanders visiting this small island. But Beijing knows that, and Beijing was like, yeah, if you guys don't want to like talk with us, don't want to cooperate with us, okay, we'll just like stop our people from like visiting you guys. And there's nothing else for them to do, for Taiwanese people to do. Like they're pissed. Like I'm pissed, but this is the reality. The same with the NBA situation. The same with the why Apple never like pisses off Chinese government. Why Elon Musk is able to actually set up the first like 100% like the first foreign company that is 100% owned by a foreign individual in China. It's just because they have a really good relationship with Chinese government. And if you want to do business in China, you have to go with this playbook created by Chinese government, which doesn't make sense, but this is the reality, and this is how I understand the Hong Kong situation and how it's gonna. And I don't think this is gonna be a really easy way for either side of for either side, either Beijing or Hong Kong, to end this protest. It's gonna be really tough for both of them, and let's see how it goes.